Hi everyone, this is Sage here, and yes, you get to see my mug today, okay? But really, I just wanted to hop on and just say that this video was pushing like close to 2 hours, and so I had to split it up. So you will notice like probably some inconsistencies. You're gonna wonder why I have a baby with Bob pancakes, but you'll find out in the next video as long as you come back, okay? Please just like, comment, subscribe, let me know if you're enjoying this content. But for now, let's hop into the video. All right, so we are now in the notification console and menu settings under MCCC settings. And so the first option is change sim menu order. Okay, so we have the option to change current order, save current order, or reset to default order, okay? Change sim menu order. Some buttons will only show up in certain cases, but will always show up in the list here. Click a button to change its order. Okay, so it looks like I can click on certain options. So I want to click on MCCC and I want to move this to the top. Okay, let's click on modify and cast and move it to the bottom. And yeah, okay. So I think this actually has to do with the order of the options within MC Command Center. Okay, so let's go check this out then. Okay, so it doesn't apply to this menu that you access from the computer, but it seems like it maybe applies to the sim. Okay, it doesn't seem to apply to the sim. Okay, let me figure out what this means. Oh, you know what, y'all? Okay, I see what I did. Okay, hold up. Let me try that again. I'm gonna move cheats to the top, and then I'm gonna move the modify and household to the bottom, and then I'm gonna save the current order. Okay. So now will this do what I think it's gonna do? Yep, okay, so that's what it applies to. Okay, I'm hoping I am capturing this right within the videos and how I'm going to end up editing this video. So when you go to change current order, this results in MC Command Center's menu once you click on a sim, okay? So just depending on what options you might want to be more at the top because you go to those options more, or maybe certain options you want to be towards the bottom. Basically, you can come in here and move those options up. Let's go ahead, let's move MC Dresser to the bottom. We'll move MC Pregnancy to the top here. But then after you change the sim order, you need to go to save current order. That saves the order. And then once you go back to your sim here and you go into MC Command Center, now the modules are in different order. So MC Pregnancy is now at the top with MC Dresser being all the way at the bottom. Okay, that's a pretty neat idea. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reset it back to default order, just so we can see that one more time. And there it goes, it's reset. MC Cheats are no longer at the top, or MC Pregnancy is no longer at the top, it's all the way down here. And then MC Dresser was moved back. Oh, it was moved back to the middle. Okay, so we are in console command settings. Okay, so these look like they have to do with a lot of the cheats in the game. So let's start with build by settings. Okay, there's 5 options here. These look very familiar to me as a simmer, but I will click through each one just so we can all get acquainted. By debug enabled. If enabled, the by debug cheat bb.show hidden objects will always be enabled upon loading the game. So basically, go ahead and enable that. Free build enabled. If enabled, the free build cheat bb.enable free build will always be enabled upon loading the game. So if I remember correctly, free build is basically being able to build onto lots that aren't typically accessible if you're just playing the game regularly. Okay, so for example, the hospital lot and the police station lot and get to work, normally you're not going to those lots unless you work on that lot or you're having a baby, for example. So usually you can't edit those lots. If you enable this, it should allow you to edit those lots. I think free build might also apply to placing objects outside of your lot. So I'm in San Myshuno. Say I want to place an object in the street of San Myshuno. I should be able to do that just by enabling this here. Ignore unlocks enabled. If enabled, the ignore unlocks cheat bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement will always be enabled upon loading the game. Okay, so this cheat refers to items in the game that usually need to be unlocked through gameplay. So for example, there are a lot of career related items that you only get once you hit a certain level of that career. If this is enabled, you can go ahead and buy it regardless of whether you hit that milestone or not. Move objects enabled. If enabled, the move objects cheat bb.move objects will always be enabled upon loading the game. So I believe most of us are familiar with this cheat, but if you are not, this has to do with how you place items on the lot. So the Sims build system is basically built on like a grid system, placing things on the grid next to each other. But we see a lot of builds, like for example, Simlicy, I love her builds, but she does do a good amount of clutter within her builds, and it's through using like alt placements, as well as in being able to enable this and move those objects closer together. And honestly, a lot of the times, unless like the object really needs to be functional, a lot of the times it's not really going to affect your gameplay. It's just going to make it look nicer, honestly. And lastly, we have show live enabled. If enabled, the show live objects cheat bb.show live edit objects will always be enabled upon loading the game. Note that bb.show hidden objects command is always automatically running for this setting for it to work correctly. So basically, this is just another set of objects that normally we cannot access if we're playing vanilla, but once you enable this, you should be able to access it. In my experiences, it's normally been like the faux buildings that, you know, are placed around each of the worlds. You can literally just pluck one of those out and put them on the lot as like a show. That's what I've noticed show live objects to be, but I also understand it could be a lot of more other things as well. So I'm not going to go through and enable the cheats right now. I'm not normally a builder, but if this is something that you might actually want me to look into, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll come back. I'll, you know, maybe make a little shorter video or a short, just enable them all so you can actually see what they do. Okay, debug commands and cheats. When this is enabled, debug commands will be available along with cheats when testing cheats are enabled. Okay, if I'm understanding this correctly, so there is a cheat that you can put into the game. Normally, whenever you're trying to open your game up to cheats, you click Control-Shift-C. Actually, let me just demonstrate this. Okay, so if you're in the game and you go Control-Shift-C, you notice this white box popped up in the corner here. So normally to access certain cheats, you just type in testing cheats true. And then you get the cheats are enabled, okay? So what I believe that option is doing that I was trying to describe before is that by just turning this on, it's gonna automatically enable those build cheats. That's what I believe it's saying. Now, if someone has a different opinion, go ahead, put it in the comments. I mean, I don't mind. We all trying to figure this out together, okay? But I know for right now, for me, I'm like, I don't think I need that option, but I believe that's what that option would be for. Okay, the next one is enable full edit cast. This is one of my favorite cheats. So when enabled, using modify endcast will provide full edit mode support automatically. Okay, so this has to do with once you have already created your sim, you're in gameplay, and let's say maybe you forgot to set the sexuality of your sim, okay? And so you're like, okay, let me go back into create a sim. But usually once you have created that sim, there's certain features that you can't access after the sim has already been created. So let me actually just go ahead, go into create a sim in case this is not something you have seen. If it is, go ahead and skip to the next part. All right, so here's my lovely sim. I'm gonna go ahead and go into MC Command Center, modified household and cast. Okay, so now that I'm in create a sim, if you try to go up here and let's say maybe, you want to access the sexuality settings, maybe there's a reason you want to make your sim younger or older, or just change your sim's voice, that's not something you can access. You also can't access any of the skills. Another thing you also cannot access is, let's say that, you wanted to change your sim's body shape all of a sudden. That option is no longer available to you. It's normally like right here, no longer available. So at this point, you're usually only able to change the hair, the clothes, the shoes, etc. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enable full edit cast and go back into cast. All right, and here you see now I can go ahead, come in here, change my clothing preference, change my sexual orientation. I can change my voice now. And then even now the sliders are back for me to change body shape. Okay, that was weird. I don't, oh Lord, okay. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and just go back into the game. Okay, and that is enable full edit cast. Let's go into headline effects. So if disabled, the headline effects such as the plumb bob will always be hidden upon loading the game. Okay, so as of right now, this is enabled. And headline effects normally are, as I mentioned, the plumb bob, but also whenever you hover over a sim and it shows their name or their age or your relationship, that's also considered a headline effect. So let me go ahead and disable that. Okay, so now that the headline effects have been disabled, you see here that my sim no longer has a plumb bob, but also when I hover over other sims, we no longer see their names or any other information about them. Now, I have used other mods where it simply removes the plumb bob or makes the plumb bob smaller versus just eliminating all headline effects, because sometimes you want to know like who these people are that you're hovering over. I don't expect everyone to always remember every townie. Like, people know Bob Pancakes, but not a lot of people know this man, which I think his name is Aaron Beta, something like that. But anyway. All right, so that's headline effects. I'm gonna go ahead and re-enable that. There's hover effects. So if disabled, the hover effects such as the white outline around the sims and objects will always be hidden upon loading the game. So I don't know if you guys noticed it before, but when I just had turned off the headline effects, there was a white outline around my sim. If I disable that, that would remove that outline. So here we are, I'm hovering over, no longer is there that outline. All right, so back to MC Command Center. Now we're here at testing cheats. If enabled, EA testing cheats will always be enabled upon loading the game. Okay, so I did demonstrate this a little bit earlier, what that cheat looks like to enable it. All you need to do is come in here and enable, and then you'll never have to type in that cheat again. So on a very high level, if you always want the in-game cheats to be available to you, come in here and just enable all of them. The build cheats, the cast cheats, any of those cheats, go ahead and just enable them here, and you should have access to basically all the cheats that you would be interested in. All right, so next we're going into logging settings. Okay, append to log file, less LE notifications, messaging logging. Okay, let's click on these. Restart log file with each new game or append keeping previous messages. Okay, so, I wonder if I have a log file available. So this seems to be a more advanced feature. I know sometimes mods will enable a log file for you. For example, if you have Wicked Whims or Wonderful Whims, the creator does have like a log file that will load with it. So that's something I was looking for with MC Command Center, but I'm not seeing it in my mods folder. So I don't have much to show you. Just keep this disabled. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Okay, less LE notifications. If enabled, the first time an LE happens in the current zone, a notification will be shown. No other notifications will be shown until the player changes to another zone or does something else to trigger the current lot to reload. If disabled, a notification will be shown every time an exception occurs. Note that MC Command Center.log errors will still show for each error that occurs. Okay, that's the file I was looking for. I ain't see it. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not showing up for me. Okay, but anyway, so for more clarification, LE is last exception, okay? So basically, if you notice that, there's an issue in your game, sometimes MC Command Center will pop up a notification in the corner here being like, last exception, something happened, okay? And then it will get logged, okay? So I can show you that part at least. So I actually did get a last exception logged when I recorded the first video. Let's go ahead and click this, okay? And so basically what it did was pop this up and it basically gives me what the last exception was. So reading this, I actually was having an issue interacting with Death. I couldn't click on him at all without shift clicking to access the cheats. So basically, yeah, this checks out. So yeah, that checks out, but for some reason, I don't have this file. So I don't know if I'm supposed to. Once again, another advanced feature. Feel free to skip over this, y'all. Lastly, we have message logging. Log additional details to MC Command Center.log. Okay, so long story short, don't touch these. Don't touch these settings, okay? They're basically a more advanced feature. It seems like it's gonna be for simmers to debug their games, whether they go directly to the MC Command Center Discord, or if they are a modder themselves, maybe that's a way for them to figure out how their mod is interacting with MC Command Center, which also interacts with the game. Notification settings. Okay, so there's a slew of them here. Let's go ahead and get started with aging and death. Okay, so show age up notifications, show death notifications, show NPC birthday notifications, and show pet death notifications. So very straightforward. If you want to see the notification, you're going to enable it. If you don't, you'll disable it. But maybe there's some more options, so we'll go through each of them. Ooh, okay, there are a lot more options. Okay. So show age up notifications. Show a notification post when a sim ages up. So there's going to be many reasons why you would want to use this. Let's say you have a child sim and you're sitting here, you're like, la-di-da-di-da, I'm playing. And then maybe you call a club meeting and you're like, huh, why didn't this person show up? Or why are they kicked out of my club? And maybe it doesn't automatically click for you that they aged up. Okay. Basically, if your sim is friends with that sim, you can hit active friends only, and then it will start showing age up notifications for your friends. So as you can see here, by default, this is default in the game as well. There are no notifications for this type of notification. Okay. That's what none is, but you can also do NPC only. You can do played sims only. Any sims that are related to the active household. You can do active friends, or maybe people who have active romances, or you can just do all of them. Okay, show death notifications. So as of right now, it is set to none. Usually And I believe most of us have seen this. Usually you'll only get a death notification when you're playing an active household if you were actually friends with that sim, if you were related with that sim. And I've also seen it when you've been enemies with the sim. It's actually crazy because the buff that the sims get, like, they are petty. Sims are petty, man. But as of right now, it's set to none. But you can also set it to NPC only, played sims only, related to the active household, active friends only, or active romance only, or you can just set it for all sims. Next, show NPC birthday notifications. So if enabled, a notification will be sent for any non-played sim who is about to have a birthday. Oh, this could actually be interesting. Okay. So I do wonder how far in advance it will show you a notification for someone who's about to have a birthday, okay? Because I actually think it could be a little bit of a cute thing, like for the same reason why you might want to have the age up notifications on. Maybe if you see one of your Sims friends or lovers, they're about to age up, maybe you can plan a birthday party for them, bring them over, have them age up through the birthday cake, or maybe you're like, okay, maybe it's time for me to age up my sim. Okay, so that could actually be a pretty neat notification to have there. Show pet death notifications. Show a notification post when an NPC pet dies. So I ain't gonna lie, in The Sims, I'm not really gonna care if your pet die, okay? But it might just be interesting to know for gameplay reasons. Maybe a sim is sad and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe somebody died, okay? But then let's just say you check their settings and you're like, okay, well, it's not their friend, it's not their mom, it's not their lover who died. And then they show the pet notification. So it's useful, but yeah, this will not be coming on in my game. So you can either set it to none, NPC only, played sims only, or for all sims. All right, next we have MC population notifications. Show empty houses notifications. If enabled, when the last sim in the household moves or dies, leaving the lot empty, a notification will be shown. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so currently this is disabled. So this could be interesting for gameplay reasons. So for example, if you do enable this and you get a pop-up and you're like, oh, for real? I actually wanted to move my sim onto that lot. You know, it could be interesting. There's also show moving notifications. Show a notification post when a sim moves. That's straightforward enough. You can set this for NPC only, played sims only, sims related to the active household, active friends only, active romance only, or all sims. Now, this does come up with neighborhood stories, so I'm not sure how much you would be interested in knowing that, but I don't know. I think it just depends on what your neighborhood story settings are like too. Okay, that's it for MC population notifications. We're going into MC pregnancy notifications. Okay, so there's birth notifications. Oh, birth notification details. Okay, let's click on this. If enabled, the names of babies delivered will be displayed. If disabled, only a summary of the number of babies delivered will be displayed. Oh, how cute. So it's kind of like, you know, a newspaper post. You're like, oh, Sage Evans just had a baby. It's Courtney Evans, you know? So actually, they'll actually say what the name of the baby is. That okay, if you enable it. Show birth notifications. Once again, show a notification post when a sim delivers babies. And then these are the options you can set it to. Show marriage notifications. Okay. Show a notification post when a sim gets married. Once again, storytelling purposes, okay? Let's say you break up with your ex, all of a sudden you find out that they got married to your best friend or something crazy. Like, it's gonna be off the wall. You can go start a fight, man. Anyway, so I'm so goofy. So you can set these values similarly to all the notifications I've already talked about. Show pregnancy notifications. Show a notification post when a sim gets pregnant, similarly to all the other notifications. Okay, lastly, show relationship changes. Okay. Oh, this could get messy. Okay, show a notification post when sims have relationship changes. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm curious about this one because when you say relationship changes, do you only mean romantic or do you also mean that somebody made an enemy? Okay, so that's, Okay, so you can have it set to any of these values similarly to all the other notifications. I think I'm actually going to set this to all. And that's just because I want to see if it shows relationship changes strictly for romantic relationships or if it's showing it for friendships as well. But okay, that's all of the MC pregnancy notifications. Let's see. Oh, Katrina. All right. Katrina Flats. Oh, she's married to Marcus Flats in this. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what if, not you being homeless in Windenburg, you had your house in Oasis Springs? What happened to the house? Okay, anyway, I was just gonna see if I could add a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna add a relationship for Katrina. You know what? Let's be messy. We'll add a relationship to Bob Pancakes. Oh, okay. That's a different type of relationship. Never mind. Back that up. Okay. Set NPC relationship levels. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Bob Pancakes. Set NPC friendly. Let's make them friends. And I'm gonna see if I get a notification or something. I don't know if it works like that. Okay, I'm not sure if it works like that. So I'm also gonna set this NPC romantic level. We're gonna make them lovers, sweethearts. Oh, I can't make them romantic interest. Okay, I'll just make them lovers. Okay. All right, and with that, I guess we'll see if I get notifications that pop up about that at some point in this. Editing me here. I think the last notification only applies if you explicitly say, I am going to be your girlfriend, I am going to be your wife. I don't think it matters necessarily if it's just like a romantic connection, but you haven't made any official attachment in terms of relationship status. Okay, back to the video. Okay, still under notification settings, we're gonna go to neighborhood story settings. Okay, before I go forward, I had just said, I don't understand why you would have those other settings if you already had neighborhood stories. But I think this makes sense because it's like, what if you just disabled neighborhood stories? Okay, that's probably when you would want these different notifications, such as the birth, marriage, pregnancy notification, or the they moved notification, or even the aging or death notification. But let's say you have neighborhood stories on. Basically, you can come in here, enable what kind of notification post you would want if it happens due to neighborhood stories being on. Okay, so we're back into show adoption types. You can set it for no Sims, NPC only, played only, related to active household, active friends only, active romance only, or all Sims. Same with show career types. You're seeing a notification when the Sim starts a new job, quits a job, or retires from a job. And then there's the same options that you can set it to for this notification. Show death types. Show notification posts when a Sim dies due to a neighborhood story. Show pet adoptions. Show notification posts when a pet is adopted during a neighborhood story. Show population types. Show a notification post when a household moves to a lot during a neighborhood story. Once again, you can choose the options that have been similar to other notifications. And then you have show pregnancy types. Show a notification post when Sims become pregnant during a neighborhood story. Note that if MC pregnancy is used to limit neighborhood stories pregnancies, that the standard MC pregnancy notification will be displayed. So basically, if you're using the MC pregnancy mod to alter how neighborhood stories work, you're going to see the MC command center notifications. You won't see the neighborhood stories one. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna see if I have neighborhood stories turned on in this save. I don't play in this save a lot, so I actually have no idea. Okay, so I can see that all my CC is just not here because these are actually my astrology sims and they just have nothing on. So anyway, neighborhood stories. Okay, I actually don't have neighborhood stories enabled right now. So if I were to activate any of those notifications, I need to remember to come in here and enable neighborhood stories. That's just a reminder for you too. I'm not gonna do this because I just don't think it's necessary to show that to you, but yeah, it's an option. Okay, back to the mod. MCC settings, notification settings again. Show club monitor notifications. Okay, if enabled, a notification will be sent for any sim added to a club membership when MC clubs monitoring runs. Okay, so I guess that's simply, you know, if somebody gets added to the club, there's going to be a notification that pops up in the corner. It says when MC clubs monitoring runs. Okay, is MC clubs monitoring on? Let's go find out. Let's go even figure out what that is. MC clubs. Oh, monitor club members. Okay, so it's disabled right now. Okay, I'll repeat this later on, but I'm gonna read it for now. On scheduled nights, clubs will be filled with eligible sims if there are vacancies. Also, ineligible members will be removed. Ooh, that could be kind of shady, y'all. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, let's say I have a club where I'm like, your net worth has to be like over $200,000, but then let's say somebody falls into poverty or something. That notification gonna pop up. It gonna be saying Nancy Landgrab got kicked out of the rich bitches club or something stupid. Okay, anyway, so so to go back to the notification at hand, if this is enabled, that means that this will actually work. So MC Clubs monitoring within the MC Clubs module has to be enabled for this notification to show up. Okay, we just have show notifications. Let's say you don't want to see any of these notifications. Turn them off, okay? Show module specific notifications as notification post. Turn it off. If you don't want to see it, just turn it off. But these notifications more specifically have to do with MC Command Center. This isn't like the notifications that the game gives you. Lastly, version update notifications. Allows a version check against Debug's website to be made to determine if a newer version of MCCC should be in use. Okay, as of right now, none. So since this is off, that means that I need to go online to Debug's website to see if I have the most up-to-date version. If you actually want the mod to check for you, you can have this always check, or you can have it when game updates. Okay, and that's all the notification settings. So we have phone text. This setting will set what text messages you will receive when your phone is silenced. Okay, so right now it's set to all text. You can also get the festival text, or you can get none. Okay, so if you're not aware, you can silence your phone. Let me show you how. Okay, come down to the phone icon here. And in this corner, there's this button. You can silence your phone by clicking on it. And there you go. And then there's now these little squiggly lines down here. If I can zoom in on it, I'll zoom in on it. But there's the squiggly lines down by your phone here that shows that now your phone is on silent. So now that my phone is silent, basically that also means that there will be no notification pings, like I won't hear the music. But let's say I just still want those texts, you can do all text. Or if you actually silence your phone, which means you won't receive any notifications, go to no text. All right, now show menu settings. Oh, okay. So bypass specific menus. Selected menu options from this list will not be visible on the MC Command Center menus shown when selecting Sims or opening the menus. They will still show up when using the MCCC console command. Huh, okay. Okay, let's just test this out because I'm not quite sure if I get what it's putting down. Okay, let's go ahead and I don't think I use MC Control a lot, so I'll click MC Control and I'll click MC Tuner, okay? So I believe what it's saying is that when I click on my sim, I won't see these menus, but if I click on the computer, I should still see the menu. All right, let's try it. All right, coming back over to Sage here, MC Command Center. Oh, okay, yes, so we don't see MC Control and we don't see MC Tuner. Okay, let me enable that just to make sure I'm understanding the assignment. Okay, because MC Tuner is still here. So let me go back in, click MC Control, click MC Tuner, check mark, come back to my sim. Okay, there it is, MC Tuner. And I don't see MC Control, but I'm not even sure if it was there before, I ain't gonna lie. But okay, I don't think I would use that, so I think I'm okay. Oh, Bob wants to become my best friend. Okay. Bob's just not used to be treating well, I guess, I don't know. I promise in real life I'm a girl's girl, but apparently not in this game, so. Okay, show cheats menu. Determine if the MC cheats menu is visible when clicking or shift clicking on mailboxes and in the Sims MC Command Center menu showing various cheat commands. Note that all with shift click key only controls the mailbox menu. MC cheats on Sims is controlled by the show sim menu settings. Okay, so I'll show you what this MC cheats part looks like, because I actually do use it from time to time. So if you click on the mailbox here, you just click on it, there's MC cheats. You come here and then you can do a various amount of things. Active household cheats, I can fill the needs of the household. So my sim actually is yellow on energy because I haven't put them to sleep yet and I actually froze their emotive decay, so it's not increasing or decreasing. So just fill household needs, hit okay. And now it's all green. So, but let's say hypothetically, I only wanted to show up if I do with shift key. I can go ahead and click that. Oh, it says a game restart is required. Okay, I ain't gonna show that to y'all. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it back to the way it is. But just know you can change it to all with shift key. And basically what that would means is you click the shift key and then you click on the mailbox and you'll be able to see the MC cheats. So I'm gonna set that back to default. Show computer menu. So determines if the MC Command Center menu is visible when clicking or shift clicking on computers for configuring module settings. Okay, so this is basically what I've been doing in like the past videos, okay? The video from last week and this video basically. Okay, so I just click on the computer and then you see that MC Command Center pops up around the computer. But let's say I don't want that to show up in that way. I only wanted to show up with the shift key. I can click on here and then that will allow me to click on the computer and not see the option for MC Command Center right away. At that point, if I have with shift key enabled, I have to click the shift key, then click the computer and I will see the MC Command Center menu. Show Gnome menu. I didn't even know you can do that. If enabled, an MC Command Center menu is visible on Gnome sculptures, allowing various teleportation options. I'm gonna click all, and we gonna test that. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna test these because this Gnome one is very interesting. Okay, show sim menu. Okay, so show sim menu determines if MC Command Center menu is visible when clicking or shift clicking on sims or the relationship panel, providing various sim specific commands. Okay, so I've also been doing this in the videos when I click on my sim and there's an option to click MC Command Center. There's ways you can do it where you can just enable the shift key. So you have to click the shift key, then click on the sim. But then there's this relationship menu only, sim menu only. Huh. Okay, let's click on this one. I'm curious what that one looks like. All right, and so now I got all these notifications up here. So I'm gonna restart the game and come back in, and then I can show you all these other things. Okay, y'all. Okay. So I'm now back in the game, okay? And I have set a lot of these show menu settings to equal something different, okay? For example, the computer is shift click. So I'm clicking on it. It doesn't show up like it has been. I shift click on it. It still doesn't show up. And so then I was like, what happened? Turns out I need to make sure that testing cheats enabled is on, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and manually do this, but once again, I showed this in the video. There is a way to have this automatically be on when you load the game. Okay, so I'm now gonna shift click the computer and now it pops up. All right. So yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna use that. Okay, that's rude. I might use it that way. I don't know if I want to though. I don't think I like that. It's also the same thing with the mailbox. Let me go ahead and show you that. All right, shift click, there's MC Cheats. If I just click on it, it's not there. Okay. Lastly, I wanted to check one more. There was a sim menu option. I click on here and now it's not right here where it normally is. Okay, if I shift click, what happens? Nothing. Okay, so what did I do? Realm panel menu only. What does that mean? Oh, I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out. Okay. This is the relationship panel. I don't know why for me, I was thinking it was the relationship panel that MC Commander created. No, this is the relationship panel. So if I come in here and click on Bob, there's MC Command Center. But if I click on Bob this way, nothing shows up. So that's what it means by it's only accessible through the relationship panel. And then that's where you can access a slew of different options. Okay. Oh, you got 2 kids? Oh, you probably got a kid with Eliza. Let me see. How I do this now? List children. Christy Pancake. Who the fuck is Christy? I'm sorry. You just... Okay, let me log off because I believe that was all of the options I was going to go through for today. Okay, so here is the last menu that I forgot to show, which was the Gnome menu. Okay, so when you click on the Gnome, MC Command Center pops up. When you go into that option, this is what shows up. So basically all this means is that you can teleport certain sims to this Gnome. Okay, back to the video. With that, that brings this video to a close. We went over the notifications and the cheats menu, and there is just so much more to explore. So I hope you are ready to continue going down this journey with me. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye now.